Up next, we're going to be talking about Little Women. So we see that the twins are trying to catch up with one another. Amanda goes to see a doctor to make sure that she can have kids because, she wants to have a child. And she was telling her sister about what the doctor was saying. Andrea broke up with her boyfriend. So she is now single and she's living on her own. She moved out of her sister's house. Abera and Moni meets up. They just catch up with the crazy world of COVID. Abera talks about being cooped up in the house with 4 kids. It's just so hard to just really do anything. She wants to get out of the house because she didn't sign up for being a full-time teacher on top of being a mom. Kids are at each other's throats, and she said that she's been active working out, trying to make sure that she eats clean, so she wants to get out of the house. So she tells Moni that she's going to have a boat trip for the girls. Juicy ends up meeting with this new girl. Her name is Tamra. She is very young. She just graduated college. She's 22 years old. Very much younger than the women. I think that the women are in their late 20s, early to late 30s. So I don't really understand how she's going to fit in. I guess she's going to be a breath of fresh air because she's so young. And I do like her. I actually do think that she has a good personality. So I did like the energy that she is bringing, but I felt like in this group, she is a wrong fit because she's just so young. If they would have had like maybe a special or something with a younger cast, that would be cool. But them bringing her on with women who are older, it's just not a good fit. We just got over Minnie's death, so the timing is not right. So I kind of felt like it was too soon to bring somebody else in. I guess they needed to figure out how they can go about making turning the energies or turning the tides of the show. But I kind of feel like bringing Tamara on right now, just wasn't a good fit. So Juicy talks to I think her name is Tamara. And she tells her that she wants to get into entertainment. She is, very driven. She's on fire. She wants to do so many different things. She wants to wear so many different hats. And Juicy decides that she's going to introduce her to the ladies, which, like I said, I don't think that it's a good fit because of the age difference. Like, she can't relate to anything with what the women have to say. Like, Juicy and Abera can be her parent. Like, that's how young she is. Before they went on to the trip, Juicy and Moni met up for lunch, and Juicy told her about bringing Tamara on, to introduce the girls, and Moni wasn't feeling it. Moni said that it's too soon. She doesn't feel like it's a good time to bring anybody else on. And Juicy was just like, listen, just give the girl a chance. I think that she will be a good fit. The thing about it is, though, is that Juicy has a tendency to bring people on that like to fight and get into altercations with Moni and also the other women. Juicy is known to bring in people who are hotheads. So it's just not really a good history. So they end up doing the day trip. Juicy, she failed to tell Abera that she was going to bring this new girl on. The only person that knew was Moni. She didn't tell the twins either. And Juicy is not dumb. She knows that Abera and the twins have just reconciled with their friendships. So she knows that telling them would have probably been an issue, and they would have stonewalled her if she told them, but they ended up stonewalling her anyway. Abera was very upset because this is her event, and she is just getting in the good graces or reconciling with the twins, and bringing somebody else new can be conflict because Abera is known to not really play nice with new people or play nice with people in general. So the fact that Juicy brought somebody else to her event and didn't tell her, it kind of just put her in a little bit of a tailspin. So when Tamira arrives, of course, everybody gives her the cold shoulder. Was trying to engage with them, trying to talk to them, trying to say, hey, you know, I want to do this, and blah, 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 blah. Tried to make small talk with the women, and they all ignored her, child. It was just like she was invisible. She wasn't even, they paid her no mind. Abera later on in the episode said that she forgot she was on the boat. That's how much they ignored her. The twins seem to be open to getting to know her because she seems like a nice person, but they just don't want to let anybody in because they've been fooled before. They went through the same thing with Abera. She was very nice when she first met them, and then she flipped the script and then became their enemy, and they just resolved their issues recently. So I can understand the twins' reservation. Moni, I mean, she was so cold. She just felt some type of way about it. Number one, she had her guard up because Juicy has a history of bringing people who escalate, that actually got into an altercation with her on the boat before. So she's already on guard. And also she believes that bringing this new girl is, you know, as quickly as Juicy did right after Minnie dying, just caused a lot of conflict for her. And the whole entire time, she just gave her that resting face. Like, she just ignored her and was kind of cold and just had a nasty disposition. The girl tried to sit down next to her and talk to her. Moni got up. I'm not worried about you. I don't want to talk to you. After the boat ride, we see that Andrea gets a phone call to do a modeling gig. Potentially get a modeling gig. She decides to last minute get her portfolio together, and Moni was the one that styled her. So she ended up going to modeling call and ends up getting the job. Juicy has a sit down with Moni and was trying to understand why she wasn't receptive towards Tamira. She felt like she gave her a hard time for no reason, and she didn't even give her a chance to get to know her. So it was just like, why are you being so mean and so standoffish? And Moni was like, I wasn't standoffish. I just feel the way I feel. Like, it's too soon. You brought somebody on this cast right after somebody died. And, you know, there's a bad history between the people that you bring on the show. They tend to attack me. And Juicy decides that she wants to give this girl another opportunity to try to get to know these girls. So she puts together an event called The Rage, where they break dishes and they break things to take out their stress and their anxiety on. It just went left. Moni was just standoffish again. She wasn't interested in talking to Tamira. She wasn't really interested in engaging. And then it just went left because Tamira got tired of. She said, what is your problem with me, Moni? I'm trying to get to know you and you just got a problem. Because she was saying like little slight remarks like, this is not a daycare. Like, she was talking to her like she was a kid. I was just like, what was the whole point of bringing up daycare? Like, we know that the girl is young. There's no need for you to talk about daycare like she came to this event for you to babysit her. That's not what she came here to do. She came to get to know everybody. Tamira and Moni start going back and forth. They start going back and forth, and you see that Tamira is a mini Abera, a very quiet young version of Abera. She's not afraid. And Moni loses it and start like running around the place, breaking everything. And I was just like, what is wrong with her? What happened? She just went off onto the deep end. Abera was trying to get her to like calm down, but she just went completely off. So it'll be interesting to see how they resolve it next week.